It's ahead of the second leg at the Santiago Bernabeu next week. I mean, look, this is a clash of two European heavyweights, but neither side are really in their pomp, are they? Is that what we saw on the pitch today, do you think, Michael?
Cool. I suppose they're not in their pomp in a way, but Real Madrid's continue to win, Champions Leagues in recent years. It's still a phenomenal team. Bayern Munich, yeah, you could say that. On paper, they're a very good team. They've underperformed, no question about it, this season, apart from in this competition. So it's still a cracking tie. Two huge heavyweights of this competition, and we still can't split them. So, and in the other tie as well, you've got, a newcomer that a lot of people fancy now, Paris Saint-Germain. Never won it before. I still think the winner of this tie will win the Champions League personally, and I think it's just advantage Real Madrid.
And it's the advantage that Real Madrid will have at home as well. But with both of these sides, it's that mentality, isn't it? It's that mental leap that both of them can take when it gets to this stage of the competition. That's probably what will set them apart next week, won't it?
Certainly Real Madrid, and they've proved that over the years, the recent years. I see both teams scoring in the second leg, which makes it intriguing. I don't see anyone with a clean sheet in there. So I just think, it's going to be who takes your chances. Tonight, the 4 goals for me, there was 4 big mistakes that were made and the goals were scored that way. In the second leg, it might be a bit of inspiration. It might be a bit of, a fantastic goal that comes from somewhere. So you don't know who's going to win this tie. You really don't. Favourites, yeah, Real Madrid, because they're back at home, and at 2-2 you think they're going to go on, but don't count this Bayern set. You saw how they broke against Arsenal away from home. This team have got legs in the team. They didn't play some of the players that had pace. They might go with a second leg and hit them on the counter. So it's so nicely poised, it really is.
It really could be anyone's, couldn't it? Which makes it even more intriguing. It was 1-0 to Real Madrid at half-time, even though that was very much against the run of play from the first half. But early on in the second half, Bayern brought it back to level, and it was Leroy Sané with a fantastic strike.
Yeah, a bit of a solo goal, wasn't it? This is him coming out at half-time earlier than anybody else. He's got a bit of a hip injury, we think, and he just needed to keep it warm. But it's certainly, he was warmer than everyone else because he got the ball cut inside, lovely. I mean, it was very much an individual goal. However, I do think it's worth mentioning the overlap here from Kimmich. Yeah. Mendy, as much as it doesn't affect him massively, Mendy would be totally concentrating, on the ball, on Sané here, if it wasn't for Kimmich. So Kimmich just takes him away a little bit. Enables him to close. And you thought the goalkeeper maybe here, Glenn?
Yeah, I think from that, listen, it's gone in with power, but any goalkeeper here, from that angle, you can't get beat. You can't get beat on your near post. If you get beat across the goal, fair enough. But he'll be disappointed, the keeper. I really think he will. Most goalies, if you put that on in training, from that angle, you don't get beat in the near post.
Yeah, and look how that goal came about as well, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, almost a switch of play once and a switch of play twice back across here. Isolate the man, and it was 2v1 in this.
And that's where Tuchel would put him out there. He played on the left-hand side, and I think it helps him on the right-hand side. We've seen so many players in so many teams, left-footers coming inside, and opens things up. And that little overlap that Michael just explained just made enough space. Cruz couldn't get across. No one could get across in the covering position on the inside. And that's what they didn't have first half.
Yeah, and Steve McManaman made a good point in commentary. The way they switched, the wide players both switched at half-time. So you got your left footer on the right and right footer on the left. That's how teams tend to play nowadays. Yeah. Surprising maybe that they didn't go with that at the start, but it certainly worked because it was him first time, and then 2 minutes later it was Musiala on the other side winning a penalty.
Yeah, and Thomas Tuchel's done that before with Chelsea as well, at half-time switching the wingers over. But anyway, look, Bayern were able to get level, and then they took advantage. 4 minutes, 4 seconds between two of their goals. The second goal was a penalty. Let's take a look at the incident first of all. You said before we went to the break that both of these penalties were clumsy. Looking at the first one, Lucas Vazquez on Jamal Musiala. I mean, there was no need for this, was there?
Well, he's got him on his heels. He's got him going. Musala's attacking him there, and it's an awful, awful challenge to stick your leg out like that and just clout somebody in your leg. And he goes, it's the easiest penalty that anyone's going to have to make a decision. The referee was fantastic, by the way. I thought Clement, what's his name?
2 pens.
Two pens.
It was 2 pens.
2 pens. 2 pens. There was 2 pens. Yeah. And I thought he was absolutely magnificent tonight. He let the game flow, as the lad said in commentary. But it was an easy penalty to give. You've got to say it was nailed on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still laughing at the 2 pen. Look, let's take a look at. Well, we've been talking a lot about Kane and Bellingham, haven't we? How they're going up against each other's two England's stars. But there was a little bit of housery, wasn't there, from Jude Bellingham as Kane was about to take his penalty. We're going to hopefully speak to Harry and see what happened here. What do you think Jude's saying here? He's not saying good luck, mate, is he?
I would doubt it. I would doubt it. And I think the referee sees, like, Bellingham gives him a little wink, doesn't he, to say, oh, well, he's my mate, I can say what I want, type of thing. And the referee let it go for a little bit. Hopefully we hear from Harry Kane and find out. I can imagine that he was shutting anything and everything out at that point.
He didn't even look at him.
He's very good at focusing in that moment, isn't he? So did it either.
And we talk about Harry, and we said, you know, before, big player, big moment. I mean, he is made for a competition like this, isn't he? This is exactly why he made the move to Bayern.
Without a doubt. I mean, his penalty taking is just sensational, isn't it? You know, he's never going to miss.
7 in 7 now.
Yeah, and he's changed it a little bit, hasn't he? Where he just makes that little hesitation now he's put in there, which is the right thing, because he's taken so many penalties over the years. Goalies are going to know where he's going, his body shape, but now he's put that little dummy in. It's made it even harder. But again, it's lovely to see him in a semi-final scoring goals.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, we saw that first penalty. If Lucas Vazquez was clumsy, this from Kim on Rodrigo, Glenn, was even more clumsy and even more unnecessary, wasn't it?
Vinicius does really well here. He looks here and he looks like he's going to go in and say, look, bring me down. But what a cute little ball. Kim's on the wrong side. It's not on the wrong side because the ball is so cute. He's made him on the wrong side. He's tried to make the attempt of the tackle. And again, it's an easy decision for the referee. It's, again, nailed-on penalty, but what a lovely little ball from Vinicius. Really cute. And
not just a ball through. Yeah. It was, as you say, on the right side, away from the defender. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. I didn't think it was the greatest pen in the world, I must admit. If the goalkeeper goes the right way, probably saves it. I happen to think Kim's challenge there was clumsy, but I thought the first one was more clumsy. Yeah, dangling the leg, especially when you're running it, you know, bringing him inside. There was 2 or 3 players that were just about to pick the ball up. Whereas Kim, it might have been a last ditch. We were debating whether Dyer would have got across. Maybe not. But 2 clumsy challenges and both penalties. The referee did really well on both.
Good penalty. It's in. No messing. Oh, no. It's a dreadful penalty.